Mini skirt on, dip my body in glitter. Platform sneakers, all the boys want a picture. Two foreign cars, I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya. Mini skirt on, dip my body in glitter.
Hello. You are now tuned in to the Little Bit a Lot podcast. I'm your host, Kristen, and we are back with another episode. This week I'm feeling good. Last week I did not upload a podcast episode. I uploaded a vlog. Did you guys watch it? Did you like it? What did you think? Let me know your thoughts. I am in my vlog era, if you will. And when I announced that we weren't going to have a podcast episode and we were going to have a vlog instead, I did put it on my Instagram story. So if you are someone who doesn't follow me on Instagram, why aren't you following me on IG, sweetie? At A Little Bit a Lot podcast. I'm pretty active on the Instagram stories over there. So a lot of times I'll post announcements over there. And then if there's anything that I need you guys to know, I'll usually post it on the community page on my YouTube channel. So for all of the people who listen only on Spotify or Apple and you're wondering why isn't there a podcast episode today? Usually I'll have the explanation either on my Instagram, like I said, at A Little Bit a Lot podcast, or on the YouTube community page. But yeah, so now that we've gotten the homework that you guys need to do out of the way, word to Good Children Pod, we're going to move on to the episode. And this week I figured that we would talk about a lot of different things. I'm going to do a rapid fire, word to full coverage with Manny Mua and Laura Lee. I love saying his name like that. Manny M-U-A, Manny Mua. On their show, they do a rapid fire sometimes. And I really, really love those episodes because it's a way that you can kind of just talk about a lot of different topics quickly and then move on to the next. So I think that's what we're going to do because I feel like I haven't had time to really catch up with you guys. The last few episodes have been pre-recorded. So I haven't really been able to talk about what's going on in the now with pop culture. And you guys know I'm a pop culture girly. So first thing on the agenda, let's talk about the fact that it's Women's History Month. Period. Shout out to all my ladies. Love of woman from infinity to infinity. Black, white, Puerto Rican, and Haitian. It don't matter if do you guys remember that song from Cheetah Girls? Maybe half of you don't know what I'm talking about, but oh my God. I love Women's History Month. It's always such a good time on social media because you can learn so much about different women that have made an impact in history. And honestly, I feel like it's also fitting at the fact that we are in Women's History Month and that quite literally the women in the entertainment industry are dominating right now. Okay, so on the rapid fire first, we've got Latto and Anycia. Don't know if you guys have heard that song, but it's called Back Outside. I'm back outside. Hit it, that made me mad. Oh my God, I love that song. It's so good. I had never heard of, well, actually, technically, no. My boyfriend Juan had been listening to Anycia and I wasn't really feeling it at first. But then once she dropped that song with Latto, sweetie, I was eating it up. At first I didn't really like it that much. I don't know why, but anything with Latto, I'm usually going to like, and it's usually going to warm up to me in the end. So I was really feeling that song. That's been my favorite bop for the past few weeks. Can we talk about Latto when it comes to Women's History Month? The fact that she is so hands-on with her creative and her directive when it comes to her visuals. She's just really been killing the game lately. So I can really appreciate that. Love that song. The ladies are killing it. Then we have Normani. Guys, I am so excited. I feel like everybody all kind of feels the same way. With Normani and this album, this is long overdue, okay? What has been the problem? I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever know. There have been a lot of speculations going on that people have been sabotaging Normani's career. Allegedly. I don't know how true or false any of these allegations may be, but at this point, I started to believe it because it's why else haven't we gotten an album yet? Why is it 2024 and we're just now getting Normani's debut album? Questionable. But I think it's fitting, especially since people have been talking about Fifth Harmony again on TikTok. Of course, I used to be a Fifth Harmony stan. I think after listening to this podcast, you'll kind of know that if there's anything to stan, I'm gonna stan it. I did have my Fifth Harmony era, and I was writing for Normani then, and I'll continue to write for Normani now. Us as a fandom, with supporting her, we've gone through a lot of adversity. There was racism going on with the fans in Fifth Harmony, and it was a struggle, but we prevailed. And I think, it speaks volumes at the fact that everyone is so excited for this. We just want the best for her. She's given us nothing but bops. She's given us nothing but creative, videos, songs. She puts a lot of work and blood, sweat, and tears into her production of it all. And I can appreciate that. We stand a real artist. So I have high expectations for this project coming up. I'm really excited about it. Love and live, laugh for Normani down. No slander on the A Little Bit A Lot podcast for Normani will ever be tolerated. So excited for this. I can't remember exactly when she said the album was dropping, but we're gearing up for it, sweetie. Next on the agenda with the rapid fire, we've got FLO. I've talked about the group FLO from the UK several times on this channel, on this podcast, and they have finally announced that we are getting our debut album from them as well. Like, at this point, the announcements are giving me whiplash because it's back to back to back to back, banger, banger, banger. Am I well? No, I'm extremely gagged. Like, I cannot wait for FLO to give us what they need to give us and to revive us at this point, because it feels like I've just been sad and dead inside without them. I have been needing new FLO music. They released the snippet on TikTok. The song is going to be called Walk Like This, and we're getting it Friday. So the day that I'm uploading this podcast episode, we will have the new FLO song, and I can't wait. Like, the album artwork for it looks good. The snippets that I've heard from the album, from other songs, sounds good. Like, I just think it's great. I really hope that they go on tour again, because I did see them last April, and I'll continue to see them again. So I'm really excited. I had such a great time then, and I'm really looking forward to that. FLO are going to take over the world. And then on top of that, we also have Ariana Grande, Miss Arianka. I am so excited for this era. We all know that the last album was so good. Positions. I literally have the album cover on my living room. Like, it's on my living room wall. I loved the Positions album so much. So I also do have high expectations for Miss Arianka for the Eternal Sunshine album. It kind of just seems like from the preview that we got for the next song, like, the music video is kind of just going to be giving, like, I wish that I could erase my memory of my ex. Sweetie, Ariana said, what husband? You know what I mean? She said, I want to forget about him, so y'all should forget about him. I know that's right. Like, we don't know what she went through in that relationship, but I feel like if you want to erase your memory of someone, it must have been pretty crazy. I'm really hoping that this album is not just house music. We got that from Beyonce. I don't really think I need too much of that from Ariana. I personally am a fan of her when she does R&B. I love when she does like a pop R&B type of moment. So I'm just really hoping that we get more of that on this, but I'm not 100% too sure. So, because, she's been in her musical theater bag with Wicked. I feel like her voice has changed. She pronounces things more. That vocal training has really, I feel like, given her a new era and aura and energy. So I think that's what she's going to bring, and want to be intentional with, giving us a fresh perspective and a new sound. So I really feel like it might be different. I don't know. We'll see. That's supposed to come out on the day that this episode is coming out too. So can't wait. Next on the list, I never got to talk about Beyonce's new music. The past couple of weeks, we have been enjoying 16 Carriages. We've been enjoying Texas Hold'em. Excuse my dog, my neighbor's dog. Why did I say my dog? My neighbor's dog. We've been enjoying Texas Hold'em, 16 Carriages. And guys, I've been living for this music. Again, I'm not, a super country girly, but I do appreciate all types of music. And 16 Carriages specifically, like, oh man, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about that song. I feel like it's just so sentimental. I feel like it seems like a very personal song to her life and the things that she's been through and her sacrifices that she's made for the entertainment industry. And I really, really like that. It's a fresh take. It's a fresh perspective to add to Beyonce's catalog. And I'm living for it. It's just done in a tasteful way. And I just feel like, once again, what can't Black women do? You know what I mean? Like, Beyonce's here and she's eating the girls down with country. I know that's right. So I'm super excited for that. Along with Beyonce goes the Super Bowl commercial. I never got to share my thoughts on that. But if you know, you know. If you saw the Super Bowl commercial, she ate that down. Like, for Beyonce fans, this was such a big deal because I feel like we never really get a chance to even see Beyonce talk, right? Like, she doesn't really do interviews anymore. She doesn't really do commercials and ads and stuff like that, promo or anything like that. So the fact that we got, what was it, a minute and a half, I think, of her doing these little skits and stuff for the Verizon commercial, like her wearing the lemonade outfit, her with the saxophone, let's get saxy, I think is what it said. My favorite part was when she did the Slayonce and she was pretending to be a Twitch streamer. That is so, oh my God, like, she ate that down. Slayonce is so iconic. And then on top of that, I feel like they were very intentional about like the outfits that she was wearing per scene. And my favorite is the Twitch scene in that commercial. Like, the fact that she's wearing this cute little pink hoodie, I think she's got on a white turtleneck up underneath, the curls in her hair, she's got on the cute gamer headphones. Like, it's so adorable. I literally can't. I was gagging. I was gooped. She ate that commercial down. I love it. So that really makes me excited for what's to come with Beyonce as well. And I just really hope that she hurries up and moves with haste and puts the Renaissance film on streaming. Like, sweetie, I saw a TikTok, I can't remember who made it, but she was just like, after a long day of work, it would be really nice to be able to come home and watch the Renaissance film. And it's like, I agree, dude. Like, I would have watched that movie so many times by now. It would become a comfort movie. Like, please, Beyonce, put it on streaming. I need to be able to watch this film again. Like, there are bootleg versions out there, but I want to be able to have the real experience. So yeah. Also with Beyonce, since we're talking about her, we've got her new hair product line, Sacred. I am really excited about this. The girls on TikTok have been saying that they feel like it's more of Miss Tina's business, her mother, and that it's her passion project, which I think checks out because Beyonce's mom is a licensed cosmetologist. She's a hairstylist. And it's been really, really, really refreshing being able to see Miss Tina really so excited to talk about something that she's passionate about. I've also seen this one celebrity lady on TikTok. Miss Tina actually did her hair. She trimmed her ends, washed her hair, flat ironed it. And I'm just like, at the end of the day, don't play with Mama Tina. Like, she's got the flick of the wrist. She knows what to do with those heating tools. And that's on period. So I'm living and loving everything that has come from this sacred moment. A lot of people are just being annoying, saying how we barely see Beyonce's natural hair, yada, yada, yada. What's up with all of the entitlement to being able to be privileged enough to see a black woman's hair. I feel like that's our business. You guys know good and well that when it comes to black hair, the number one thing that we love to be able to embrace is protective styling. So it's like, what is really the big deal? At the end of the day, you know she's a black woman. She's got some black hair, type 4 hair. Well, does Beyonce have type 4? Would you say her hair is like 4A? Regardless, skip the hair grading system, period. We're just saying at the end of the day, she is an African American woman. Okay? So I don't really think you need to see her hair to believe in buying her product. Like, she has black children. We've seen Blue Ivy's hair. We've seen her daughter's hair, her son's hair. So I don't really understand why everyone is always just so gagged and peer pressuring her to show her and to show the world. Like, what does that have to do with anything? I really feel like, like half the time you aren't going to really see a celebrity's hair. They're going to have it tucked up underneath because they have so many different things to do. If I were a celebrity, I wouldn't have my hair out that often either, because every other day you got a photo shoot. Every other day you got a video shoot. There's going to be heat on your hair every single day. You really think I'm not going to braid this up, put that wig cap on, and then let them do what they got to do so they don't damage my natural hair? Like, come on. So that was kind of annoying to me. But overall, I'm really excited to try. I still haven't gotten around to ordering the products yet. But two things that I'm interested in buying from Beyonce's hair care line is the hydrating shampoo and the conditioner. I don't really love clarifying shampoos just because at the end of the day, I know to a certain extent you do need them to obviously clarify, but they always just feel way too harsh on my hair. The only time I feel like I would really need to use a clarifying shampoo is right after I take a protective style and I've had it in for like over a month. But I personally really only love to use hydrating shampoos. So at the end of the day, because they get the job done, they still do clean your hair. But yeah, I'm really excited to try the new Sacred. Also, next up on the docket for Rapid Fire, we've got Chloe. The Chloe Bailey of it all, sweetie. At the end of the day, Chloe is coming for y'all, okay? She just released a new song called FYS. I really like it. If you guys haven't listened to it, give it a try. She also released a visualizer with it, serving tea on the beach in her bathing suit, and that's on period. I love it. I just love that she's so confident in her body, her self-expression, her music. She's in her experimentation era, and like I said before, let her cook. You may not like everything that is going to come with Chloe and Halle as they're exploring their individual style and things like that outside of being a group, but I'm here for it. So I really like the song. So you guys should, like I said, give that a listen soon. We also have Cardi B's new song. She says that it's a freestyle called Like What. I'm here for it. A lot of people on TikTok seem to not like it, but again, I like Cardi B and I like her music. At the end of the day, I don't know if you guys are going into it expecting like super Jay-Z level bars. I mean, like, I feel like you just have to take it for what it is. Nobody said that Cardi was giving real MC, giving real rhyme, real rap. She's just an artist that you listen to that's going to give you something fun, that's going to give you something upbeat, energetic, make you want to turn up. So I feel like people need to just start taking that for what it is. And so if you're looking at it from that perspective, it's a bop for me. I like it. She gagged us at the end of the video where it said directed by Offset. Girl, I should have known y'all weren't really done. That's at the end of the day, like, until the actual paperwork is signed and they have, on the Shade Room, the official court document showing that Cardi B and Offset have legally divorced, I'm not going to believe a word she says. Because at the end of the day, marriage is hard. They're showing us that they're going to have their ups and downs, but they're going to still stick beside each other, and that's their business, not ours. So I was like, okay, Offset is still very much around. He directed the video. She was serving looks. Like I said with Chloe, she was serving body. And I really know that at the end of the day, Cardi's going to be there to give us fashion. So I really appreciated that. Like, it's going to give couture, it's going to give high class, and she ate that up. And then the last thing that I have on the agenda is just all of this reesateesa. I'm not sure if that's how you say it. Drama that's been going on TikTok. Not sure if you guys heard. I feel like you probably would have, but there's this woman who has been going viral on TikTok where she's talking about who TF did I marry, and it's become kind of like a 50-part series or something like that, where she basically just talks about how she was so desperate for love that she let a man basically use and abuse and lie to her. I personally have not watched any of the videos, because one thing about it, if there's something that's gonna have too many parts to it, I immediately get overwhelmed and then I don't want to watch it. Like, I'm sorry, no shade, no tea, but I'm not sitting around and watching hours of her explain her story. I do respect her story, and from what I can tell, what she went through was really messed up. And I just don't really like how people seem to be giving her such a hard time about it. Like, there have been so many people who have gone through some really tough things out of desperation, and at the end of the day, we're only human. And I think that what really needs to be said here is the fact that it seems, from what I can tell, that she's taking accountability for missing a lot of the red flags, which is good, but also we need to really be putting more of the, finger pointing the blame at the guy in the situation, because taking advantage of someone that is vulnerable is never okay. So I'm just really sad for her that she even had to experience that. I don't really love the idea of any Black woman being taken advantage of in that way. And it just seems that she's really trying to move forward, tell her story, live her truth, validate her feelings, take accountability, and then do what she's got to do. And she's gotten some really great opportunities from it. Good Morning America. Just yesterday, I saw that she was doing a photo shoot. So that's really great for her. Like, she deserves the world after going through all of the things that people are saying that she went through. And I also like the fact that she's standing up for herself when it comes to the Breakfast Club and Charlemagne being so rude and saying that she was exhibiting big back behavior. Like, we are not going to sit up here and body shame someone who is doing such a brave thing by being open and vulnerable and telling a story that is, quite frankly, embarrassing. Like, it's not like she's doing this because she loves the fact that she got played. Like, no, that's tired. Like, it's not a good thing, but I'm trying to share my story so that way other people who may be going through this same thing don't have to suffer. I think that was the point of the whole situation. So for him to just be so rude and talk about how she's got big back behavior was just messed up. But I also love the fact, like I said, that she's standing up and being like, what y'all are not going to do is body shame me, because that doesn't mean that I'm any less deserving of love. So she ate that up, period. Love that. And the last thing we have on the docket is the Nicki Minaj Pink Friday 2 World Tour has started, and I'm very excited. Again, I know all the drama was going down with Bigfoot, Megan Thee Stallion, Hiss, all this other kind of stuff, but I have publicly already said that I love both of the artists at the end of the day when it comes to their music. Don't know about anything that's going on in any celebrity's life. And at the end of the day, that is none of our business. So when it comes to a music standpoint, Megan has said that she's going on tour this summer. I plan on going to see her. Nicki Minaj is going on tour right now. I plan on seeing her too. Cardi B, why haven't you been on tour yet? She was supposed to go on tour and open up for Bruno Mars a couple years ago. Then she got pregnant with Culture. We need to run that back. I'm owed reparations, because the fact that I haven't seen Invasion of Privacy live, it's an offense of the highest degree. Cardi, Belcalis, We need to do something about that. Anyways, but yeah, when it comes to Nicki Minaj, I am so ready for this tour. And we were all concerned, sweetie, because we didn't know if Miss Onika was going to be laying on the floor. But at the end of the day, I was still going to live for it. Because one thing I feel like people often get messed up when it comes to Onika Tanya Mirage is the fact that they forget that, yes, she's an entertainer, but she's also a rapper. Okay. She has never claimed to be some dancing girly. She's never never gave twirl, spin, 1, 2, boom, cat, right? So if you're trying to expect her to just be giving like super, super big, like choreo, like, do you guys expect that from male rappers? I don't think so. I went and saw Chris Brown, was it last year, and he had went on tour with Lil Baby. He had dancers to do that for him. Other than that, he kind of just stood around, moved left and right. So the fact that Nicki Minaj was even giving us what she's giving us as a rapper, I'll take it. I just feel like at the end of the day, when it comes to women in rap, they're always expected to do more. But then when men in rap, it's like, I don't know. I feel like it's just not fair. But it seems like the budget is budgeting for this tour. My boyfriend Juwan was just like, he doesn't like spoilers. Like when he goes to a concert, he just wants to be like surprised with the set. He wants to be surprised with the set list. Like, but me, I don't care if I know the whole show before I go. I don't care how many clips on Twitter or TikTok that I've seen. And I kind of want to know what I'm expecting, like I live for it. So that way I can be like, oh, I'm so excited to see that with my own eyes. I saw it through the camera, but once you see it through your own pupils, it hits different. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I think, like I said, that the budget is budgeting. It's there. Love the set design. I love the outfits that she's giving. So far, the day that I'm recording this, she's only done 2 shows. And she had on some of the same outfits. I think 1 or 2 of the outfits she changed. But I'm really hoping that she does kind of do it like Beyonce's Renaissance, where further along on the tour, we do get different outfits. But even if she does stay in the same, I don't really mind because the outfits that we have already seen are cute. And on top of that, she's wearing the long bust down 40-inch, probably even more. I don't wear wigs. Chinese bang moment. Oh my God, it just sends you straight back to 2008. You know what I mean? Like she just looks like OG Nicki and I'm so here for it. The hair choice, so nostalgic. Love it. Chef's kiss. And I looked up the set list. I am obsessed and living for this set list. I think it's great. I wouldn't have asked for any other better outcome when it comes to the set list, because I feel like a lot of times artists will go on tour, not to bring up Chris Brown again, but sometimes he'll go on tour and then he'll be like, okay, I'm going on tour for this album, and then proceed to not perform a majority of the songs on the album. What is that about? If you're saying that you're going on tour for a specific album, I want to hear at least 90% of the songs. We don't need to continue to keep hearing Say Goodbye, Wall to Wall, and Run It every single time we see you when you're here to promote and go on tour for a specific album. So with Nicki Minaj, I feel like she's doing it right. We have a majority of the songs that are on Pink Friday 2 are on the set list for the Pink Friday 2 tour. So I really love it. And I think that the way that she arranged the set list really works like a cohesive unit. You know what I mean? The vibes fit per section. So, for example, she's opening up the tour, as far as what I've seen on Twitter, she opens up the tour with I'm the Best. OG Barbs know that song. I feel like I'm going to be so emotional when that song comes on, just because that one means so much to me. Like back in the day when I was just so sad and depressed and getting into Nicki for the first time, I had my Pink Friday 2 album on my CD player, hearing Pink Friday 1 album on my CD player, hearing I'm the Best, it just gave me so much motivation and confidence. So the fact that she's like doing a nod to that classic song, opening up the tour is great. Then she moves into Barbie Dangerous, beat beat, press play, we go up. So you see how like the energy is really high at the beginning of the tour. And then she kind of like goes into more of a slower moment where we've got High School, Needle, right? And then she transitions into Barbie World, Roma's Revenge, Monster. So if you know those songs are like really, really, really high energy. And then she immediately shifts it and goes into more of a sentimental vibe where she starts with Are You Gone Already? Falling for You, Right Through Me, Save Me. All those songs are kind of like more mellow, they're more sentimental, serious songs. And then she drives up the energy again at the end where she does like pop songs back to back. Anaconda, Super Freaky Girl, Super Bass, Moment for Life, Starships. So yeah, overall, I would say that I am very, very, very impressed with the set list. I cannot wait. I already have my Gag City shirt that came in the mail. I just got to figure out what kind of pants and what kind of shoes I'm wearing. Don't really know what the weather's going to be like because I am going to the show in April. For some reason, when spring comes around and I have things to do, I'm just like, dang, what is the weather like during this time? Like, I'm going to an event in Chicago at the end of the month, and I'm like, is it cold there during this time of the year? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't really know, like, what's wrong with me when it comes to that, but I'll figure it out. And of course, I'll be vlogging and posting that on YouTube for my trip that's coming up at the end of the month. So make sure you guys watch out for that vlog. And I think I'll probably vlog, when I'm getting ready for Nicki Minaj's tour next month. So yes, also I have some exciting things coming up for the podcast. I'm going to be doing a series about the Twilight movies. I'm not sure if I already mentioned that to you guys, but at the end of March, I will make sure that when the time comes closer, you guys know the official date. But I am locking in and finalizing the guests for this series. But I'm really excited because, like I said, at the end of the March, I'm going to be doing my first series on the podcast dedicated to Twilight. So I'm going to be reacting to the first movie, second, third, and on. So each week, beginning at the end of March into April, we will be talking about every single Twilight movie. So be sure to tune in and stay alert when I announce the date for when that starts, because I'm really hoping that we can make this a collaborative moment and that you guys can go back and watch all the movies with me. We're going to have some very, very special and exciting guests every episode for this series. And I'm gagging at the guests that I just locked in this week, guys. Like, it's going to be good. I'm just really excited. You guys know that Twilight means so much to me. I mean, I literally have the City of Forks Welcomes You as a part of my little podcast corner set, if you will. Like, I'm really excited. I feel like this is the first time that I'm going to really be able to share my thoughts publicly about all of the movies, talk about my favorites, my least favorites, any standout scenes, type of moment. So if you guys want to go ahead and start watching the Twilight movies all the way through, so that way you can come on down and talk with me and we can, chat about our favorite things in the DMs or in the comments on YouTube, I would love that. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this rapid fire. I know we had quite a few things to discuss, but overall, I'm really looking forward to everything that's to come with all of the new music that we're getting. Chris Brown just announced today that he is going on tour again for 11/11. That's exciting. So it seems like it's just going to be a lit year when it comes to tours, movies, music, and more. And at the end of the day, the pop culture girly in me is living for this down. So again, make sure you guys give this video a like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. You already know on Spotify and Apple, rate that 5 stars, follow the show, give me a review, follow me on Instagram and TikTok at A Little Bit A Lot Podcast. And with that, I'm out, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.
Cause I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya.